Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and we're almost finished with this house flip, but we've had some hang-ups with the kitchen, which is a little bit frustrating. We'll talk about that. And then we also had a friend who got trapped in the backyard. And we'll also talk about that as well and what ended up happening there. Go that way. That way, that way, that way.
Go the other way, friend.
Oh, jeez.
Gosh.
Go that way. That way. I don't... Go that way. It's okay. Look, there's an open gate. There's an open gate.
Just like launching it.
Look, there you go. Yeah.
Keep going that way.
Open gate, open. So in 20 years of real estate, I've never had a cat get trapped in the yard, but we have dealt with a few cats. In fact, Nikki actually rescued one of the cats from a flip a long time ago and still has that cat. So, but we'll talk about the kitchen, show you the house, and hopefully it will be finished here in the next week or so and we can get it on the market. And then, of course, we want to make sure it sells as well. All right, so the main reason we're coming here is because the kitchen was finally delivered, or so we thought. And we've had some issues and delays getting kitchens lately. We're actually getting 3 kitchens at once last week, 2 for the Train Depot apartments and 1 for this house. But they weren't ordered at the same time, so it was a little bit confusing, I guess, for quite a few people on how that was going to work out. Now, one thing that's a little frustrating is Home Depot is going to deliver those. And I got a message, a text the night before saying Home Depot will be there between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m. Not exactly a short window to let you know when those are going to be delivered, and they usually want someone there to open the doors, let them in, all of that. So it would be really nice if they would tighten up their windows a little bit for us and help out on delivery. And then what we think ended up happening is I got 3 of those texts. So 2 for one of our pet peeves is when the toilets are up. Anyway, 2 for the apartments, 1 for this house. Well, I got one delivery notification at like 8:20 a.m. or something for this house saying that they're delivered. Never got the delivery notifications for the apartments. So we had our contractors come in and they're like, these are the wrong cabinets. These aren't the right ones. So the contractors for this house assumed that the cabinets for this house were delivered to the Train Depot. And it's about 15 miles away. They're not like super close. So these contractors drove over there to try and figure out, okay, are those cabinets over there? And they got to the Train Depot and there were no cabinets delivered at all. They just didn't deliver them. And so the contractors were talking and then they're like, well, the ones at this house must be for the Train Depot. And so they came back, took the cabinets from this house over to the Train Depot. So they brought these cabinets over to the Train Depot. And then they figured out when they got them there, they weren't the right cabinets for the Train Depot either. So I think they brought them back to this house. And this kind of all happened over the weekend. So Nikki and I came over here like, what is going on? What is happening? Let's figure this out. So we came over, looked at the cabinets. We're taking an inventory of them, comparing them to the plans to figure out what happened. And 2 of these, I think 2 of these, maybe 3, were the right cabinets for this house. And the rest of them were for the Train Depot. So Home Depot had just completely mix-matched the orders and just, I don't know if they didn't check or just grabbed some cabinets and just assumed it was all, the same property since it was under my name. And so that's where the whole mix-up came. So we separated the cabinets that stay here. Those 2 right there, I believe, are the only ones. The rest of them go to the Train Depot. And so Nikki was printing out the plans, making lists, making sure it was very clear what stayed at the Train Depot. Well, I keep saying Home Depot. And what came back to this house. So we sent it to the contractors, gave that to them. Hopefully, everything is figured out now. And it actually... They didn't actually even deliver the Train Depot cabinets until Wednesday, yesterday for some reason. They're supposed to be delivered last Friday. So just this one little group was delivered. It was a mix match and very confusing. We got it figured out. And we're just hoping all of the rest of them are in that other order that came yesterday. And we have not heard of any problems yet. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that they got everything they need. And we did get a picture showing one of the kitchens installed in the Train Depot, which is what you're looking at right now. So next time we do a video there, we'll see much more progress. And I mentioned this before in my video yesterday on the new property we bought, the 10,000 square foot commercial property. I did drive by here and all the doors were shut, which was an issue before, so that was very good to see. Glad to see we are not trying to heat the outside. So we should have more progress next time we're at the depot. And then the other house we're showing to start with should be finished very, very soon. Has a little bit of touch up, not much. So that will be good. We are making progress on the solar house as well. If you followed that, that's had some issues and drama. Progress being made there. We'll have a new video on that soon. And of course, we bought the new one, and I'm buying another property next week as well, the liquor store with real estate and land. And finally, another update before we get back to the crazy cat. We showed the eviction from earlier this week. Justin, an agent in my office, was helping out a client. I talked more to Justin about it. He had been there the day before. The tenants were there. The next day, the windows were open. The house was frozen. Excel is still having problems getting the electricity back on. They don't know what's going on there. So I was like, well, did this tenant, because I know the heirs who inherited the house wanted to sell it. So I'm like, was he paying rent? What was going on? And Justin said, so the person who owned the property had some medical issues. His wife took over. As soon as his wife took over, they pretty much stopped paying a couple of years ago. They filed for eviction. The people who were the tenants did everything they could to delay the eviction and somehow managed to successfully delay it for like a year without paying rent. So basically they're in that house for almost 2 years without paying any rent or almost no rent. And then when they do move out and finally get evicted, they possibly leave the windows open and turn the heat off and try to freeze the house. And then people wonder why rents are so high. Well, that's a really, really big reason right there, is situations like that and the risks that landlords take sometimes. I had one comment too from that video about, oh, you shouldn't be able to evict tenants in the winter. They should have to wait till summer. Well, that would be another $10,000 in lost rent. Who knows how much damage when they already haven't paid rent in 2 years. So I felt zero sorry for them being evicted in winter. That's just how it works, and sometimes it's cold and sometimes it's nice. But anyway, let's get back to that cat. Go that way. That way, that way, that way.
Go the other way, friend.
Oh, jeez.
Gosh.
Go that way. That way. I don't... Go that way. It's okay. Look, there's an open gate. There's an open gate.
Just like launching it.
Look, there you go. Yeah.
Keep going that way.
Open gate, open gate. Oh,
Can you make it a ramp? Can you like lean this up?
oh yeah, I could. Oh, there he goes. No. Here, hold this. I will.
Here, this one maybe is on top. Kitty. We built you a ramp, friend. You're fine. Go on, buddy. You're fine.
You can do it.
I know, you're scared.
That way, right there. Look. I know. See the ramp? We built you a ramp. Look.
It's okay.
Right here.
You're okay. I know.
Look.
I know, you're okay.
Hey.
Kitty, over here.
Look.
Maybe if we go inside.
So we decided to go inside. Hopefully the cat would leave and find his way out of here. But I'm not sure if he was declawed and that's why he couldn't jump out. But there's actually 2 cats in the backyard. When we first got there, one of them hopped the fence just fine, got out of there. The other one obviously had some issues or was scared, or maybe he didn't want to leave until we got there and was just freaking out. Who knows? But he really should have been able to get out of the fence, as we'll show you here in just a second, when we came back the next day to check on him and make sure he'd gotten out of there. So we'd had the gate open and we left that board up there. But then the next day, as I was showing the rest of this house, sorry, the guys had already cleaned up all the fence and everything and all the pieces out there, so they probably took the board off the fence. So there wasn't that place for him to get out of there. But I'm sure he would have gotten out at some point. And looking at the snow tracks, which we can see, you can see that there was a cat in the back somewhere. He went from one side of that fence over there, walked along the snow here, and it looks like he escaped there. So you can see there's boards, there's inside boards right there for them to escape. So I think that cat really could have gotten out if he really wanted to, and he's not there now. So I think we're all good on the cat situation. I will not need my cat whispering skills, at least for the moment. Hopefully we've got the kitchen figured out, and that's all good because we haven't heard otherwise. But we will check on them too and make sure they've got everything they need. Once house is done, we'll have them move on to the other flip we bought. Was that 2 weeks ago? We have someone demoing that now, and we have the liquor store we're buying next week. Another flip we're buying in 2 weeks, so we will be busy, have lots of good videos coming up. Let us know what you think, and we will be back soon.